Cycling. To keep the cycle in the momentum, you need to continuously paddle the cycle. The paddling of the cycle demands the repetitive motion of your legs. You continuously move your legs in a cyclic pattern, and the cycle moves forward in a linear motion. Typing. While typing on a keyboard, your fingers constantly hit the keys on the keyboard. This motion occurs repetitively and hence is an example of repetitive motion. You use the muscular force from the tip of your fingers and the joints of your hand while typing. Walking. To walk a certain distance, you put one leg forward and apply pressure on the ground from the other leg to push the body forward. The motion keeps on reiterating while walking. Also, you move your hand back and forth to balance the body while walking. This is also a repetitive motion by your hands. Push-ups. A person doing push-up will balance himself on two palms and toes and bring his body towards the ground and again push up his body and repeat this pattern several times. Paddling a boat. In a paddle boat, you need to continuously paddle the boat to keep it in motion. Your legs move in a rhythm to paddle the boat and push the flow of water. Rubbing hands. Rubbing the hands together is a kind of repetitive motion. You rub your hand moving back and forth constantly. Rubbing the hands generates heat, warming your hand due to frictional energy. Heartbeats. If you listen carefully to your heartbeat, the beats are in a rhythm appearing at a fixed interval of time. The heart pumps the blood continuously and hence is also a repetitive motion. Chewing the food. While chewing, you repeatedly bites the food, mixing saliva in the food particle to degrade it into smaller particles so that the food can be easily digested. Hammering. You continuously hammer on the nail to fix it on the wall. The hand frequently moves back and forth to apply the force on the nail to push it into the wall. Drawing water from well. The molecules in the air collide with each other frequently. The air molecules are separated from one another at a greater distance and hence are able to move freely around. Since the molecules are suspended in the air, they collide with each other repeatedly. The collision between air molecules. The molecules in the air collide with each other frequently. The air molecules are separated from one another at a greater distance and hence are able to move freely around. Since the molecules are suspended in the air, they collide with each other repeatedly. Blinking eyes. The blinking of eyes is a continuous motion of pupils and occurs at every interval of time. This helps in cleaning the eyes and prevents harmful contamination too. Pendulum. The pendulum oscillates in a simple harmonic motion. The oscillation of a pendulum depends upon the mass of the bob, the length of the wire, and the angle of oscillation of a pendulum. Upon giving an oscillation to the pendulum, it will keep on oscillating till it comes to a rest position as the energy is nullified. The oscillation of a pendulum is a repetitive motion too. Swing. On giving a jerk to a swing, it will keep on oscillating. The energy of a swing decreases with every oscillation because the energy given to the swing is utilized to do the work to complete one oscillation every time. Hand fan. The hand fan moves in a reciprocating manner to generate the waves of wind. The wind force depends upon the speed of the hand motion that allows the repetitive motion of the hand fan in a semi-arc curvature. Clock. The second hand of the clock covers 6 degrees every second, the minute hand will cover 0.1 degrees per second and the hour hand travels 0.5 degrees per minute. Each hand repeatedly moves in a clockwise direction to cover a specific distance in a given interval of time. Needle in a sewing machine. If you carefully observe the needle of the sewing machine, you will notice that the needle constantly moves up and down, pinning the thread through the fabric.
Metronome.
A metronome is a device used by the musician to listen to the beat and to keep the music in rhythm. By adjusting the sliding weight to the tempo scale, the periodic oscillation of the pendulum is maintained.
Opening and closing drawers. Opening and closing the drawers is also the repetitive motion we come across.
The drawer can be opened by sliding the drawer out or by opening the lid of the case. Anyways, it is a one-way process and hence it occurs frequently.
Sawing.
Sawing is a process to cut the wood into two pieces using a saw. To penetrate the thin saw through the woodcutter continuously moves the saw back and forward to apply the friction and the pressure to run it through the wood and cut it into two.
Strumming guitar.
While playing the guitar, you continuously strum the strings on the guitar using your right hand.
This is a repetitive motion of plucking the string on every beat. The left hand is used to hold the note and chord on the fretboard. Crushing the nut in mortar.
To crush the nuts into fine particles, you repeatedly hit the pestle in the mortar. The repetitive motion of your hand is observed moving up and down to apply the pressure on the nuts in the mortar.
Frequently asked questions. Is the ocean waves near the shoreline an example of repetitive motion? The ocean waves move in a transverse motion as well as in a longitudinal wave pattern. The ocean waves hit the shoreline and go back into the sea.
This process repeats at every interval of time and is a cause of erosion near the shore.
Is a ceiling fan an example of repetitive motion?
The ceiling fan rotates at a fixed axis and hence its motion is described as a rotational motion. The rotations of the fan occur at a constant rate at the fixed voltage flowing through it and in a repetitive fashion, hence its motion is repetitive motion too. Please visit our website lambdageeks.com for more articles on technology, engineering, mathematics, and various other domains. Scientific calculator and many more other tools.